Hi, today I will show you something like this. So basically you will learn how to use keyframe animation and to not make it boring. I decided to also show you a feature called dynamic paint, which basically allow you to paint with one object onto another. Let's start. Here is a fresh Blender file, so let's remove the cube by X. You see the shortcuts here, and if something will be too quick or not as detailed as you would want, please check my other videos and it will be way more clear and understandable. You can also slow down the video or just replay some parts. So we have this plane, okay, and this will be our canvas. So let's rename it canvas. Let's save the file. Call it wherever you want. So I will call it like painting. Okay, save. And just don't save it on the desktop because because we'll be generating multiple files, so it will get you quite a mess. It's time to add a pencil, so Shift A, mesh, cylinder, expand this, change it to 6 vertices, and let's make it smaller. I'll not bother to make it like real size because it doesn't matter here, but just let's make it roughly match the size of the canvas, this plane. Something like this would do as a base. Okay, and now let's go to edit mode. We can also isolate it by using slash and press front and just move it up like that. Okay, with Control to snap and a bit more. Okay, actually I will move it even more by Z like that. Okay, and now let's change to face selection here and let's extrude it. Okay, go to front view again, G, Z, like that. So I want to have the finish, the tip, be here where the center is. Okay, I will just scale it, something like that. Okay, so here is our basic shape, and let's Ctrl R to make a loop cut here and here. Okay, now let's go here and select, change to face selection again with 3 or here, 3 on numeric keyboard, and you can now extrude and scale, something like that. Okay, let's add some material and change the preview here. Okay, let's make it something like most pencils look, like golden yellow, something like that. Now let's add a bevel, so modifiers and bevel. Okay, and as you can see we have the bevel, but we can make more segments, like 3 would be okay. You may need to play with those settings, and as you can see we can adjust it. That would do for me. And right click, shade smooth. Okay, so we have it like that. It's looking a bit better. Okay, and we can play with this shape, maybe add more one more loop cut like that. Let's scale it to be more round, something like that. You can just play with it a bit. So okay, I will not bother too much to make it, like perfect, because it doesn't matter for this tutorial. And I don't want to waste time on that. So Ctrl R, make a loop cut here, one more loop cut here. What we can do is exit, maybe exit local mode. So let's rotate this pencil by X. So RX 90, like that. Okay. Ctrl A, apply rotation, top view. You can see the tip of the pencil is just right here, and we actually want to cross that x-axis line. So let's select everything in edit mode and G and Y and just move it like that. Okay, and exit edit mode. So now what we have here is basically when we move the pencil, this origin, the orange one, is just on the tip, so it will affect the rotation, and this is what we want. And let's color it just to make it look a bit better. Okay, so maybe let's go to local mode again, and now zoom in, deselect everything. You can press Alt Z to enable X-ray and select faces, select those faces, and maybe use top view and B and those faces too, just be sure. Okay, so the tip and this separator, let's say, and maybe let's rename first. So this will be yellow. Let's add another material slot. This will be dark. Okay, and let's assign it. So we have assigned those faces, and let's make it dark. Okay, let's check it. Okay, so here is dark and here is dark, and we want to have this end of the pencil almost white. So let's select those faces now. Of course, you can feel free to basically color it as you want, add as many materials as you want, and just play with it, but this is the look I want to achieve. Okay, so something like that. And now last part, deselect everything, select those, new material, new, let's call it cone. Let's call this end. Go back to this cone and assign, and let's change the color a bit. So something maybe like that. Let me check. Okay. So just to make it a bit different than this white one, and we have something like this. Let's add material here also. You can call it canvas. Okay, and now what we want to do is go here and apply this at this dynamic paint and set this type to canvas. So in this case, by default, add canvas. Change format to image sequence, because we will be generating images as a textures and not using vertex colors, which is another option. You can set some resolution, maybe 1024 for a start. You can leave the default duration for now, and you can uncheck all those effects if you have some applied and go to output. Let's change the directory where the texture will be saved. So I want to have in this location, we actually can create another folder, call it like DP frames, like dynamic paint frames, but you can call it wherever, accept, okay. And now I have to use it, accept, okay. Let's save it, leave the PNG and leave that checkbox. Now what we want to do is go here, so select the pencil, let's rename it pencil, okay, and also add dynamic paint, but change the canvas to brush because this will be our brush. Add brush, we can leave now the defaults and we can leave this mesh volume, just leave it as it is for now. Here go to select the canvas and go to materials, and you can see we have some color here, but we actually want to create a texture, right? Actually the sequence of textures. So press this dot and choose image texture, open, and DP frames, open image, and it will be like the default missing texture color. That's okay for now. And what we can do, we can move that pencil away from the canvas, so move by Y like that, okay. What we can do is basically starting keyframing that. Here is our like starting position for both of those objects. We will be moving only this one, not the canvas. So having selected pencil, press I and pick location rotation, okay. As you can see here, there is like a diamond icon, small thing, and this show you that there is a keyframe here. So because we have only one keyframe, nothing's changed when I press spacebar, escape, but let's move it like 11 frames, and now go to front view, sorry, top view, and press G and move it above the x-axis, okay, like that. So we can see the tip of the pencil is here, that is what we want. And now having this selected, press I, location rotation, and if you scrub this timeline you will see that it is moving. Cool. Let's scrub the timeline to the first frame and select this one and right click, delete keyframes, so it will remove that keyframe we added, so we have only the first one. And for example, we would like the pencil to draw some shape. I like hexagons, as you probably already know, so let's add a hexagon just for a reference. So let's add cylinder, and because we already previously added 6 vertices cylinder, we already have it, just change the radius, something like that, that would do. And yeah, and just RX90 like that, okay. We will not be using this like literally to draw or something. We could, but we will not, but it will be just for a reference. Okay, so I just move it a bit, let's edit it, and let's remove that face, only faces. So I have a shell like that, and just to have it better visible from the front, especially if it's not selected. Select it again and go to modifiers and add solidify and just bump it up a bit like that. Add some material so we will see it better, let's say like that. Top view, select the pencil. First maybe scrap this frame to 11 and now move that pencil. You may be precise, you may be not, so like just like that. Be sure it is crossing the x-axis, maybe a bit too much, so like that. Okay, we can move it even more just to be barely visible. Yeah, we can move this by y a bit like that, and we can still rotate it. Go to front view now and move it just here, like on this corner. So we want to our pen to just start with this corner, and then we'll be drawing. Press R twice and just rotate the pencil like that, wherever as you want, and I rotation location. And if you scrap the timeline, you can see that maybe from this perspective will be better. So it is here and it's starting touching the canvas and it will be drawing. It has a contact with the canvas by the volume of the pencil. We can go to front view, move the timeline here for 31 frames, but it's just a proposal, okay? And now you can just press G and move it roughly to that corner. Press maybe rotate it a bit just to make it more interesting. I location rotation. 20 more frame. G move, rotate it a bit. I location rotation. And just repeat it for other corners. Okay, so now when I scrap the timeline, you can see we roughly have those keyframes. Pencil is moving. We have one problem though, it is like moving more on the circle than on the hexagon shape, but we can easily fix that. Maybe let's go to top view. Doesn't matter that much, but let's uncheck every frames and select this frame. Ctrl C, right, Ctrl V, something like that. Okay. Okay, let's select this. Ctrl C. 1, 2, 3. The same. Select this. Ctrl C. 1, 2, 3. Ctrl V. Select this. Ctrl C. 1, 2, 3. Ctrl V. A few more times. Ctrl C. Ctrl V. And as you can see, between those copied frames there is like no movement. Dynamic paint feature will understand that this is like a corner because it have to stop in that place, and you can select, move it up a bit. Okay, I make some mistake here, so this is looking differently because I inserted some keyframe for scale, I guess, but doesn't matter. Okay, so let's play by spacebar. Okay, as you can see, it is moving pretty much as this reference objects. Let's rename it reference. Okay, and let's hide it because we don't need it anymore. Let's save. Select the canvas and go here to these physics properties, scroll here and bake. Okay, as you can see, it will take a moment. Depending on the resolution here, a number of sub-steps, which is 0 by now, which is not good, but just to make a quick preview. Yeah, we are finished and we can check now. Go to this shading tab and having this box selected, press N here and go here and choose image sequence, and now go here and choose the first one, which will be, maybe let's do it like that. Here, accept, okay, and frames, and we can set 250 because we have like that, even if we don't use that much. Okay, and let's refresh this. So it found our texture, and we can go back to layout and press go here, and okay, we have some problem. Go back to shading. Let's check auto refresh. Sorry, I forgot to do this, and refresh. Offset. I don't know whether I accidentally click it or it was like that, so set it for 0. Okay, layout and space. And as you can see, we have some drawing, but it's looking terrible, and it is because first thing, resolution, and second thing, even most important in this case, are the sub steps. So this thing I told you previously about, so let's it change for like 20. Okay, and save it and bake again. Okay, I'm back. We have finished, and now go to shading, refresh this, and let's check. Yeah, now the stroke is better. It's not maybe not perfect because I have pushed it too much here, but it doesn't matter. You can correct it, you can be more cautious. Even in my demo scene I was more precise, so it didn't happen, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to demonstrate you how to use keyframes. So here those, and that effect. And by the way, what you can do, what was visible on the demo, we can scrub back here, and you can also keyframe colors. So you can keyframe color by just hovering and pressing I on the color, and let's make some more colors. I and maybe green I, and you can actually go here and hover, Ctrl C, and go to the last frame, Ctrl V and I. So it will start from blue, go through all the colors and finish with blue. Select this, and you can also increase the resolution if you want. Let's bake it again. That is all for today. I hope you like it and learn something new and cool. Of course, if you spend more time on that, you can create really cool effects. It is a practical effect. You can use it, let's say, for handwriting animation. If you liked it, please leave a comment below and also give me a like. And if you are not subscribed yet, consider giving a sub, and see you next time. Bye.